What if I told you that I is dangerously misreading students' struggles right now? The hidden consequences are alarming and could reshape everything you thought you knew about education. Imagine being a teacher staring at screens of data, convinced the algorithms have it all figured out. But what if those numbers fail to capture critical executive function warning signs, those subtle cues that reveal when a child is genuinely in distress? The pressure to perform is escalating, and I is blind to the signs of struggle. Consider a bright student who suddenly seems disengaged. You notice their grades slipping, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Their frustration is mounting, likely due to a disconnect between the I's recommendations and their actual needs. Is this creating a cycle of failure? Now envision a parent watching their child's confidence erode. Fire promised personalized learning, yet the system overlooks vital aspects like emotional regulation and attention control. This is a recipe for disaster, and many remain oblivious to the risks. Let's dig deeper. You might think eye-driven assessments are the perfect solution, but there are perilous risks lurking beneath the surface. When algorithms misinterpret a student's executive function, we risk labeling them as problematic instead of addressing their unique challenges. This could lead to missed opportunities for growth and connection. Picture a high school student who once thrived but now feels adrift amid overwhelming expectations. They were engaged, but the I's suggestions don't match their reality. Instead of support, they face confusion and anxiety. Can you feel the weight of that pressure? Now visualize the classroom tension escalating as students grow increasingly frustrated. It's like a ticking time bomb. The longer we ignore these warning signs, the greater the fallout. The energy shifts, the silence grows louder, and the sense of belonging fades away. So what can we do? It starts with recognizing these critical signals. Teachers and parents must advocate for a more nuanced approach that considers the emotional and cognitive landscape of each student. It's not just about data, it's about understanding the human experience behind those numbers. As we conclude, reflect on your own experience. How often have you overlooked the signs? The key takeaway is the power of awareness. Let's not allow algorithms to dictate our understanding of potential. Keep your eyes open and listen closely. Recognizing executive function stress signals is just important, it's essential for fostering a supportive educational environment. Did you know that a simple misjudgment could significantly impact a child's future? While we often rely on I for educational decisions, the hidden consequences of misunderstanding executive function can be staggering. What if the very tools designed to help are actually creating more confusion? Imagine a bright student who struggles to keep track of assignments. They might seem careless, but there could be more happening beneath the surface. Many don't realize that executive function goes beyond just being organized. It's how the brain manages thoughts, emotions, and actions. Overlooking this can ripple through a child's entire life. Picture a child with incredible potential whose challenges with planning and prioritizing led to frustration. Teachers might mistakenly label them as lazy or disengaged, but this issue extends beyond the classroom. It impacts home life. Now, what happens when I misread these signs? Algorithms can miss important nuances, overlooking critical indicators of executive function struggles. This is just a technical error, it's a ticking time bomb. When technology fails to see the whole child, it jeopardizes their development in ways we may not fully grasp yet. Consider the story of a young girl who excels in math but struggles in other subjects. Her teachers assumed she just needed to try harder. With the right support, she could have thrived. Instead, she fell through the cracks, her confidence dwindling with each failing grade. As we move into an era where I plays a bigger role, we must ask, are we sacrificing understanding for efficiency? The more we automate, the more we risk losing sight of the individual child behind the data. This is a call to action because the stakes are too high to ignore. So, what can we do? It starts with recognizing the signs early. Schools need to blend technology with human insight. Teachers, parents, and counselors must collaborate to uncover those hidden struggles that algorithms can't detect. As you reflect on this, think about your own experiences. Have you ever felt misunderstood? Everyone has a story that deserves to be heard. In our quest for efficiency, let's ensure we don't overlook the heart of education of children it's meant to serve. When we connect the dots, we can make a meaningful difference. So the next time you hear someone discuss AI in education, remember it's not just about the numbers. It's about the children behind those numbers. And that's a conversation worth having. Imagine a classroom full of children, each brimming with potential. Yet, some are overlooked due to a hidden flaw in the system. What if I told you that artificial intelligence, designed to assist, might be missing something crucial? Let's dive into the subtle but significant consequences of misjudging executive function in education. This term may not come up often, but it's vital for how students learn, adapt, and thrive. Think of executive function as the brain's command center, responsible for planning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. When I misinterprets this ability, it can label a student as underperforming or disengaged. But is the child really at fault, or is the system failing them? Consider a bright, creative child who struggles with organization. The eye flags them as needing extra help, but what they truly require is a different kind of support. Instead of allowing their talents to shine, the system might unintentionally stifle their spirit. This misassessment can set off a chain reaction. A student may internalize a label of failure, leading them to withdraw from participation in class. This is just about declining grades, it's a slow erosion of their self-esteem. Here's the kicker: most educators are unaware of this issue. They trust the data they receive, believing it to be accurate, while the real story of that child gets lost in translation. Now, let's consider some solutions. What if we shifted our focus from purely data-driven approaches to more nuanced, human-centered strategies? Imagine teachers and I working together, blending data insights with personal stories. This collaboration could unleash a wave of potential, recognizing students not just as numbers but as individuals with unique strengths and challenges. Sure, here's the improved version of your script chunk. It's not just about changing the system, it's about deepening our understanding of executive function itself. We need to appreciate the complex interplay of emotions, environment, and cognition.